The team that finished third in Division 3 last season and the playoff winners were obliged to take part in this first round today despite their second division status. That's Grimsby and Tranmere. Let's take Tranmere first. John Aldridge, the league's top scorer, playing for them, of course. They were up against Runcorn of the GM Conference. Aldridge with 23 goals already. Runcorn's leading marksman Shaughnessy, the number 9, with 5 goals. Tranmere in the white and Terry Gubber in the commentary box.
Eric Nixon opting to throw, and there's quite a bit of space down that left side. This is Brannan. Irons coming up from midfield, shoots from long range. Oh, and it's a great goal! Kenny Irons broke from the halfway line, and poor non-league Runcorn were caught absolutely cold. Eric Nixon, the Tranmere keeper, threw that out to Brannan on the left. They made progress easily down that side, and then the ball laid into the middle and struck wonderfully by Kenny Irons, and that might well be the quickest goal in this first round. 2 minutes after the start. Well, Joe Palladino is just under 6 feet 6 inches tall, but he couldn't get across to that one. It was perfectly placed into the corner. And Morrissey will take this corner, and this is the third in succession that Tranmere have forced. Aldridge didn't get a flick on, but the keeper was almost beaten at the near post anyway, and they've missed the kick. This is Morrissey again. And again, they just can't clear the lines here, Runcorn. And finally the ball was hit too long. Well, did John Aldridge get a little flick on that or not? He was just beyond the near post, and Palladino, the big Runcorn keeper behind him, had to make an important stop. Tranmere may be a little disappointed they've not already added to the early goal that they scored. This is Shaughnessy. Oh, there's a break down the left. If he'd looks across to Withers, surely Withers. Shaughnessy, saved by Nixon's legs, but why didn't he give it to Withers? That's Runcorn's best chance. Carroll won the header. This is Martindale for Tranmere. Put it over the top to Morrissey. Placed by Mullen. Left foot cross. Might come to Aldridge. Oh, Aldridge has scored that goal. His 300th in his Football League career, right at the start of the second half. What an historic strike. His 24th of the season. The ball dropped over the top, and there was John Aldridge, and he wasn't going to miss from that sort of position. Martindale for Tranmere. This is Irons, one of the goal scorers. Aldridge is peeled away on the right. Here he is. He's got it through to Nolan. It's a good ball from Aldridge. There's 3 white shirts to look for. Morrissey who hit it. Malkin's shot. Great save, Palladino, because that would have been the end if they'd gone 3 down. Still half an hour for Runcorn to try and claw their way back. They can't afford to concede a third goal. And the big goalkeeper, who once boxed as a heavyweight, makes a good save. Mark Hughes, indeed, not able to continue, replaced by number 14, Jim Harvey, with 25 minutes left. Still a scramble. This is Martindale out to Morrissey. Oh, it's a great overhead kick. It's a wonderful goal. What a player. Goal number 25 of the season. Goal number 301 in his career, and have there been many better? The ball was always there for grabs. Runcorn hadn't cleared it, but that was terrific athleticism from John Aldridge, and really incisive. He knew exactly where the goal was, and that's as good a goal, I'm sure, as will be scored on this first round afternoon. This is Nolan inside the last 5 minutes. Jim Harvey and the white shirts pressing forward now in numbers. This is Irons. Wants to have another go. Oh, and it was a fine save, Palladino. Kenny Irons with another blistering shot, similar to the one that he had in the first half. Tranmere are really putting the squeeze now on their neighbours from Runcorn. The second division side imposing their authority. And there's the yellow shirt, Braben, who comes away with it. And they've gone through. Nixon's come out of his area. Four in the wall for Tranmere. Looks like Horton's the man who's going to hit it. And the final shot was from Shaughnessy. And that's the end. Tranmere's victory, more comfortable in the end than it had appeared in the first half, when Runcorn had them back on their heels. And the extraordinary success of John Aldridge continues. And what a bargain he looks now. £250,000 was the price to bring him back to England from Real Sociedad. And the country's leading marksman on the score sheet twice again today.
John, what does it mean to you to have passed that milestone of 300 goals?
I think it's nice for any striker when you pass your 100, your 200, your 300 and so forth, you know. It shows you that you're going about your job and doing it.
Typical of Aldridge, though, not content with getting goal number 300, you had to go and get goal number 301.
Well, I've got to set it off now, so aiming for 400.
You're aiming for 400, seriously?
Why not? I'm not saying I'll get there, but you might as well have a go. You know, I've got another 2 years after this season, so you never know, football.
Your appetite for goals is obviously still there.
Yeah, I think it's possibly more so now, because I've been starved the last 2 seasons in Spain through chances. And now I'm getting a few more chances, and luckily enough I'm putting them away, you know.
Tell us about the 2 goals that you scored today anyway. What about the first one?
Yeah, Johnny Morrissey done ever so well. Great cross. He's made a few goals for me this season, and he picked me out again. It's just gone over the lad's head, and I've chest down and just put it in the corner.
But what about goal number 301, because it was an absolute classic?
Yeah, I don't get many of them. I think if I carry on doing that, I'll do me back in, I think. Yeah, it was a bit special, I must admit. It was nice to score then.
I mean, how do you know where the goal is?
I don't know. No, you know where the goal is, there or thereabouts, and you just try to, you know, keep your eye on the ball and strike it well enough to beat the goalkeeper, and luckily enough it just went in off the post. So
the message, or the warning, if you like, for the rest of football is John Aldridge is firing on all cylinders and enjoying football, and...
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm enjoying it tremendously, and just hope to keep on going and plugging away. So.
And not a good cup run now, eh?
Be nice. Yeah, be very nice.
I think he must be the buy of the season.
He's been a bargain, hasn't he? I can't remember exactly how much it was. It wasn't
200 plus, but
was
yeah.
it? But, no, he'll always score goals, John. He knows what he's doing. It's not always the instinct thing that most people think it is, but he hunts for space in the area. He gets away from defenders, usually behind them. He makes runs in front of them, and when he gets the chance, he invariably hits the target.
It's part instinctive, though, isn't it?
Well, I think you have to have a certain element, and there's a lot of luck involved. You have to be sort of gifted with the amount of balls that come to you, but when you get the chance, you've still got to know in that split second what to do with that particular chance, and John does.
I get the feeling with goal scorers like you and he that you come off disappointed if you haven't scored.
Oh yes, you always do that. You see John there in that particular one had pulled away from the defender and got between the two. Now that was the secret. People say you've got to be in the right place at the right time, but the secret is getting into space and getting into the right place all the time. I mean, that was a little bit special. I think John Gubber asked him where the goal was. I don't think the goal ever moves, so you know from roughly the area you're on the field where it is. But he's in the right place all the time, and when the delivery comes, if he's got that sort of short space, that little space that you need, then you get a good chance.
I don't think he's blessed with a great pace, is he, John?
No, you don't necessarily need to be. It's speed of thought more than speed of movement. If you can just move a little bit away from the defender on his blind side, if the ball comes right, it's too late for the defender to react, because all defenders ever do is follow the ball. Now, if you take chances on, or gamble on going for space, either behind or in front of the defender, then if it goes to you, you're ahead.